Hello Egyptology lovers, today we're going to do the Graffito of Esmet-Akhom. This is considered the last inscription of ancient Egyptian writing in ancient Egyptian history. This is located at Philae, that's its designation, but it's referred to as the Graffito of Esmet-Akhom because it refers to the name of Esmet-Akhom. This was dated because of a Roman period at the time of Diocletian. The 110th year, we have that inscription written down here in the Demotic, which I will read as well for you, but I will not basically be dividing the text because it's a little bit difficult at the moment, and I'm trying to keep it very simple, just sticking to hieroglyphs. Now, the person that you see here is the god Mandulis, is a Nubian god who was worshipped by this temple. Because Philae is so south to Egypt, it had a very close contact to Nubians and northern Sudan. But eventually what happened, it was the last remnant outpost of worship of ancient Egyptian mythology, and referring specifically to the goddess Isis. We also have the name of Osiris, as well as the birthday down here of Osiris. So that was it. So by this time, it was still allowed to be worshipped because it was such an offshoot. It wasn't protected by Rome. But later on, maybe another 100 years or so, 200 years, it was shut down and there was no more worship of pagan faith or even reading of any hieroglyphs of any kind. So let's get into the reading, which will be up here, but I'm going to switch over to a colored image after this. All right, so we're back. So now you have a more colored image so you can see what's written over here. The hieroglyphs are facing the left to right direction, facing the right, and we're going to read from right to left. And it's referring to Mandulis, but you'll see the name of Mandulis and two other gods, actually three other gods, once we get to the lower inscription at the bottom over here. So over here it says, before Mandulis. Now these hieroglyphs are much later hieroglyphs, so there was a lot of cryptography in the writing. So we were able to decipher it, again, with a lot of work and a lot of time. So before Mandulis the god, this little egg here is the son of Horus, by his hand, and now we get the person who it refers to the graffito, which is Esmet-Akhom. So here it says Nesmeterakhem. So Ismet, right over here, Esmet-Akhom is down there below it. So this whole thing says Esmet-Akhom, this entire section. And then over here it says, right over here, the son, that little egg in the middle there, that's the son of Nesmet or Nesmeter. So that's his father. So this is a generational occupation of taking care of the temple. So we're assuming about 5 generations has passed. And then his father is referred to as the second priest. So this section here and that section there, that little one is divine priest. But the second priest, because generally temples had 3 to 4 priests, so different levels. So the priest of Isis, so the goddess Aset, the last goddess to be worshipped in Egypt and the end of the Egyptian reign. And then it says forever, everlasting. And then we go up here. Words spoken by, once again, Mandulis and Horus, who is the Lord, because this could also refer to the son of Horus, and Horus, the Lord of the sky, and Abaton, which refers to Philae, and then the great god, which connects it to Mandulis over here. So that is the inscription on the very top, the last hieroglyphic inscriptional phrase. We have other inscriptions from later times, but this is the most complete inscription and giving honor to a god in particular. Down here, I'll just read this entire inscription for you down here. This is in Demotic, a much later hieroglyphic script by 650 BC and later. Eventually was also abandoned as well as hieroglyph because of the decree by the Roman emperor. But here it reads, I, Nesmeterakhem, which is, again, Esmet-Akhom, the scribe of the house of Isis, son of Nesmeterakhem, the second priest of Isis, and his mother Esweret, so we know his family, his father and mother, I performed work on this figure of Mandulis for all time, because he is fair of face towards me, toward the birthday of Osiris, his dedication feast, year 110 down here. So year 110 refers to Diocletian's reign because the Christian Rome started counting from the time of Christ. So they counted from that time. So here they provided a Christian number, but showing the birthday of Osiris, which actually in Egyptian calendar starts after the 360 days, which was the standard number for the year, plus 5 days. So the first day, 361, was the birthday of Osiris. So that's the day of the year. So this is approaching the new year. And he says that he did a lot of work on Mandulis right over here. So he probably carved them or made sure that he cleaned it up and he carved it well and painted it and maintained it. And that is the inscription. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the translation over here. Of this particular stela. So I'm just going to show you the original so you can see what it looks like. And that is the last hieroglyphic inscription in ancient Egypt of Esmet-Akhom. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe and share, and leave your questions if you have any.